my gosh, it's starting. Oh, it's starting. Hi, my name is Ruth Seneca. Welcome to my casual YouTube channel where I talk about either casual or monumental things that are happening in my life. So today I wanted to talk about The Bachelorette, episode 1 of Gabby and Rachel's season. Oh my goodness. I'm really excited for this season, but I'm also I don't even know. This season's starting out really cringe. But before I get to that, I've been watching The Bachelor ever since Ben Higgins' season, and I feel like that was a really strong season to start off on. And now that I am a couple seasons in, a couple people in, I feel like I know exactly what to expect, and I feel like I know how the Bachelor franchise moves. You know what I mean? I feel like once you start The Bachelor, you get into this like make-believe world and you keep up with these people that are real people, but it doesn't affect your real life. It just affects the way that you intake entertainment. Anyways, I want to get into these episodes. I want to dissect these episodes, but not in the way that I'm dissecting every single scene and talking about the whole entire episode, because there are a lot of people that do that. Nick Viall does it, Chatty Broads does it, whoever the heck else has a podcast does Bachelor recaps. I want to talk about like certain things that stood out to me and certain casual things that I feel like maybe most people feel, and if you don't feel, oh well. But I wanted to be kind of like a very quick run through of some of the things that have happened in the episodes, not like a whole let me sit down and dissect the whole thing from start to finish, just things that have stood out to me, because you can get that kind of content anywhere else. But as a casual YouTube channel who's I just want to sit and like talk to you like as if we're besties, I just want to sit and go over my favorite show. I'm so sorry, I have my notes on my husband's iPad and it is balancing on you basically. Okay, so first off, I really like Gabby and Rachel. I like Gabby a little bit more than Rachel just because she just is a little bit more entertaining, and Rachel to me seems more like the everyday girl. But at the same time, Rachel isn't really like the everyday girl in the way that she puts a heavy emphasis on her work. And I love that we are hunting some girl bosses, which is I'm so sorry. But I love that we're hunting down people who are very much about their career and she's looking for somebody who will like balance her work life out and be supportive of that. And I feel like that's a very common, relatable thing for anybody to want to look for. So I love that we're doing that and putting people in the front of the Bachelor franchise to do that. The last person who was like really about their work, I feel like, was Rachel Lindsay, and I found it really admirable because like I said, like it is very much the girl bossification of Bachelor contestants. I feel like there are a lot of Bachelor contestants who you can just tell are very into themselves, and of course like it is a dating show. You're not there to sell like how great of a worker you are or how about your career you are. You're there to sell yourself and your personality. But I just like that her work ethic also is a part of her personality and her story. But anyways, on to Gabby. Oh my goodness. I fell in love with Gabby, I think, like midway through the season when I really realized like this girl is actually funny. Like there are women that have gone on The Bachelor that I'm like, you really think you're funny. You really think that you're actually hilarious. And you're just like mean. You're a good personality, but this doesn't come natural to you. You know what I mean? There's so many contestants where I'm like, this is a clown, and we all see it. But with Gabby, I thought that she was going to start off as a pick-me because, you know, she has that like very sexy, soft like voice that we all know and love. It seemed like she was faking it until we met like her family, and just seeing her be really natural with her family and even just seeing her with her grandpa, like everybody's kept illiterate. Anyone who's kept up with The Bachelor knows Gabby's grandpa and like that sweet, adorable bond that they have is just so cute. So yeah, I love Gabby. I love Rachel. Gabby's a little bit more entertaining, to be honest, but I'm excited for them. And I feel like that's what you need in the beginning of The Bachelor episodes, is you need to like the leads. And if you don't like the leads, then you need to like the contestants. That's one thing I do want to pick some beef with you, ABC, American Broadcast Company. We are seeing a lot of previews of women just sitting and crying and being emotional, and it's like funny because like they it's not fun. Yes, it is. It's like, it's entertaining because you're like, why are they crying? Oh my gosh. But also, can we get some like focus on the men? Like, this is the Bachelorette, so the focus is supposed to be on like the men contestants and the drama and the emotion that they bring as well. But all these previews seem to be about Gabby and Rachel and about how like they have potential tension, and I don't really like that. I don't like it because it's like every single season the contestants carry, and the people, like the stars, whatever, the bachelorettes are not supposed to carry, and I don't want it to be that way. So let's get into the actual episode because I need to stop giving so much background because I said this was going to be kind of quick. So starting off with some people, I'm just going to bring up the people that popped into my mind first, the ones that I have in my notes. First of all, Mario, main character energy. I love somebody that comes in with main character energy because you know they're either going to be people that you hate or people that you see hated on. You know what I mean? Why do I keep saying you know what I mean? I can say statements that people don't have to immediately know what I mean to say them. Oh my god. I like his main character energy. I like his connection with Gabby a lot because he seems goofy and like fun and brings that side out of her so that she doesn't have to be uncomfortable. And yeah, it's so uncomfortable looking at Gabby and Rachel and just seeing them react to the same people. Like for years having one person have this one-on-one connection with somebody as they walk up, and then seeing two bachelors just stand there taking in like contestants that are trying to impress them both. It gives heavy threesome energy when they're like all laughing and being like, you're so like, I felt very heavy sexual energy when, what's his name, the guy who gave the headphones was like, here you go, and then like he was talking to the one girl and then being like, here you go. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so uncomfortable for everybody. This is really uncomfortable for everybody. This was a mistake. And it just very cringe. Obviously with two contestants, with two bachelorettes, it's gonna speed everything up. And it really did feel like they were out of time and they didn't have a lot of time. But anyways, Mario, love his main character energy. Prince, I marked this down, the guy who said like, so I'm very intentional. I haven't had sex in a year. Disgusting. Get out of here. Get out of here. Call HR. Leave him in the dust. Gabby being like, you said you haven't had sex in a year. That makes one of us. That's one of us. That was funny. To me, it just kind of felt like, okay, so we're gonna coast on our physical appearance. We're not gonna coast on being clever. We're literally gonna be like, look how sexy I am. I haven't had sex in a year. Like, please, no. Another thing that they brought up was like the whole everybody bringing up Clayton. And that was really interesting because like, honestly, coming off of that season, the reason why they are bachelorettes is because Clayton like sucked and didn't know how to communicate, like made them stars. And I understand like they could be fed up and be like, move on. But also like, how could the guys not do that? Like, they're men. They're not that advanced. Like, I understand the frustration that they're coming at this with, because like, who wants to be reminded of an ex, even though that ex is kind of like not really, it's like a make-believe ex, like a reality TV ex, but still an ex. They like loved him. Imagine being a man, because this was a contestant that walked up. Also, do I need to adjust this? Hope so. Imagine being a man and taking pride in the name Meatball. Yeah, my nickname is Meatball. Like, imagine if life was so simple that like somebody called you Meatball and you don't immediately get offended and slap them across the face. Like, oh my god, you either have a lot of friends or you actually don't. if your nickname is Meatball. Also, imagine feeling so confident in your feet. Also, feet are so disgusting to me. No shame on people who do like them. I kind of wish I had an easier time with my feet. But imagine walking up to people that you are potentially going to marry and being barefoot, and then like having a line about being barefoot. Like, You must have the confidence. I need a slice of that. Also, Hayden, that guy, he is Grocery Store Joe, or he is related to Grocery Store Joe. There's no debate there. Jordan V. Jordan V is actually really cute to me. I don't know what it is about him. I feel like he's just, you could see him out in public, you'd be like, I would see him out in public and like tap one of my friends on the shoulder and be like, oh my god, oh my god, he's so, like, I would see him in public and be like, oh. And then when he was talking to Rachel, I really liked their vibe. It was really, really cute. I felt like I could see them together. And even though he's a little bit awkward when he showed her the race car, I do think that it's a very real connection that they potentially could have. And he's my MVP right now. Okay, Tino also has very main character energy, but I could quickly see Tino turning into a villain. Very quickly, I could see it. Also, is there a coincidence that Tino happens to have the name in common with Big Tony? Tino, Tony. We could quickly see them getting along. Tino and Tony. There's something about that connection. There's something about Tino that just feels like you just seem like you make good impressions, but you seem like you know it. And you seem low-key. I don't want to say manipulative. I will. I will. So yeah, Tino, I don't know. I don't know about him, but I want to like him because Rachel likes him. But he's also a cutie, but also I don't want to like him. Logan, oh my gosh. Logan works well with both Rachel and Gabby, but since we saw him first with Rachel, I was like, oh my gosh, I really like him for her. I like him for her. I like him for her. And then we saw him with Gabby, it kind of felt like, oh my gosh, he's a two-timer. All of this feels so unnatural because it's like, these men are just trying to complete an assignment. They're just trying to get to know two women. But like, I don't want to see one like them with the one and then see them with somebody else. Like, go for who you're going to go for as an individual. Don't go for both. But that's not the objective of the show, I don't think. Actually, what is the rules? What are the unwritten rules? I don't know, but I just don't like Logan with both of them because you want to like them for one person because you know it'll get messy. And it very clearly is going to get messy at a certain time. And I don't know, my heart is hurting for them. I kind of wish that I just didn't like them. I wish I didn't like Rachel or Gabby so I could be like, ah, this is crazy. But instead I'm rooting for them and my heart is going to be broken when their heart is broken. Dude, every single time the shirtless guy, I'm not going to bother to learn his name, Fabio, the Fabio man. Every single time he spoke, it just grossed me out. Because like in the beginning I was like, look at how cute he is, but then he like sat down and you could clearly see him go into like a tiny bit of a shell of realism. I was like, no, I don't think I like you right now. I don't. Another guy who was kind of just like, I don't know, mullet with the checkered tie. You hear that combination and you're like, oh, you have a mullet and a checkered tie. No, oh my god. But then you see him interacting with them and you're like, you're kind of charming. Seriously, you are kind of charming and I kind of like you. And even though you're wearing a mullet with a checkered tie, you have a good personality that can like be fine with it. Last thing I'm going to end off on, because this is all my thoughts that I had, not them showing only specifically Rachel getting rejected. That just does not feel fair to me. It does not feel fair to me. I want so badly. At least if we're going to show some rejection, make it equal. Like, make it equal so we can feel bad for both of them. Rachel, to me, you know that girl is sensitive. You know that girl is sensitive. Look at the way she cried on the stairs. Never in my life will I be brought onto stairs. Never in my life will I be so weak in my body. I have to sit on stairs and cry. And knowing that about Rachel, why the heck would you guys do that to her? Leave Rachel alone. So that's all the thoughts that I have. This is obviously my casual YouTube channel, so if you want to look at other casual things that I've talked about, feel free to look around. Feel free to give me a like or a sub. And I will see you maybe next Monday or Tuesday, because the episode comes out, and then I do a review. Next Tuesday for the Bachelorette review, or you can watch another video of mine. I'm trying to post as much as possible. I can't make a commitment to every day, but I'm going to try to do every day or every other day. But yeah, wherever I'm going to see you, I'll see you there.